Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and I'm excited to unbox 13 Byzantine phallus coins that I purchased in an auction. And initially I was just going to unbox them off camera and then take a fair amount of time. It takes me a while, or sometimes I'll pay somebody else to do the hard work of identifying each of the coins so that they can go in my collection or get sold at auction. But I realized that all of these actually came with identification. They're in flips, and so I saw that, and well, at least I believe they are. If there's any that are not, I'll be disappointing and not be able to tell you exactly what the coin is. But let's just start out and go through these. I figured it would be sort of a quick Ancient Coin Tuesday, so to speak. But there's a lot of really interesting imagery. This one will be the 31st year Nicomedia mint, probably, of the Byzantine Empire. Let's see, it's a Justinian. The first phallus from 527 to 565 AD, and I think it's just so cool. And they're saying a value of about 45. I think it would probably sell for a little bit less than that. I believe that I paid about $16 a coin here, or about $200 overall for each of the coins in front of us. But this one's actually somewhat crude, but it does feel like nice and worn. And you see the cross imagery right there. Cross above the M for 40 nummus, which would be one phallus again. So we might have some like half phalluses or something like that, or maybe all of these are full phallus coins. But this one, Romanus the Fourth, 1068 to 1071 AD. They're saying that this coin is an $85 coin, and again, I probably would not anticipate this selling for $85, but at the same time, a really nice portrait, I believe, of Christ. That, at least that looks like it. I don't know if it's two portraits of Christ or if that's Romanus, but it's actually a very chunky, sort of solid coin with nice detail, good detail in the eyes as well. So I could see this selling for, well above the $15 that I paid for it. So very cool addition there. And we'll go to our next one, which also has a tag price of $85. I'm a little bit skeptical, but these are, Justinian phallus Cyzicus mint. And I think that that's going to be X. I don't know if it's XXX, like 30, the 30th year. But we see, it's a little bit more crude. So this would probably sell for maybe, my guess is 2025, but maybe it's a little bit more than that too. And these are really solid coins. Sometimes you see some that are a bit sandblasted. I feel like these, I'm not sure. There is a patina going on with them. This one is a bit more crude. It's also a Justinian phallus from Cyzicus, but a little bit less detail on that one. And I do like a little bit more on the front, I feel, than some of the previous ones. Just you can see those two crosses pretty clearly. And again, to get a well identified coin from 1500 years ago in the Holy Roman Empire, I think that that's something pretty cool, pretty interesting. And the 21st year Cyzicus mint here, also, is that going to be a Justinian? Yes. A phallus, it will be, but you can see some detail in the eyes, which I've always been told is a good barometer for, not the value of a coin, but just like how nice condition it is. And, these are pretty well preserved. This next one looks like, a little bit later, John the First, 969 to 976 AD, and we see on this side it says, it's like Issus, well, maybe it's some sort of os, but Basile, or Basilis, something like that. I believe that's Jesus Christ, King of Kings. So we see, again, Jesus' portrait, and then interesting shaped coin. It looks like there could have been an overstrike or something like that, but it's going to have considerable value, and that's really cool. After that, we've got what looks like they're tabbing as $100 coin. Again, I'm not sure that this is worth $100, but that is pretty. Sileus Omeon. Actually, I haven't seen too many of these coins in person. Leonias. Let's see, Leo the Sixth. So right in the turn, going into the 10th century, and that's a nice coin. So I'm really excited about that, and maybe I'll just hold on to that, hang on to it, put it in my personal collection. A lot of these, again, I'm reselling on Whatnot or in grab bags, but then I keep a fair amount of these, and especially, as a Christian, I think it's fun to own some of the coins that, are going to feature here. This does not have Christ on it, but this is in pretty nice condition, I think. It's definitely a nice, has a good appearance, and a fair amount of detail left over on this nice Byzantine coin. So very cool phallus coin, and they're saying $145. Again, that's not my prediction for the value, but I mean, this one, again, really nice detailed design in the eyes, and they're saying $250, so this must be some version of special, and if it's really worth the entirety of what I paid, I mean, that is actually a Constantine and Dugas facing bust of Christ, which I assume would be on this side. It's got a really interesting look. I mean, look how thick that is on that side. Very interesting and pointed, but nice bust over here. Let's see what this says. Doesn't have any detail as to why it would be so expensive. And again, I'm a bit skeptical that it would be that pricey, but I could also see where, you know, people are going to pay a lot for a coin that's in this nice condition from about 1,000 years ago. So I sort of see it. And then this next one, I also see why that's 35 bucks. You know, and that means it'll probably, you know, I might lose money on this one. You know, it looks like an overstamped, just general AE sort of base metal coin, but overstamped constants too. We'll see. That's probably more of just an inclusion there, and should be somewhat written off as this one also looking pretty worn down. But actually, you know, there's some sufficient detail where I could see people being interested in it, and it's just like another solid, chunky Roman bronze or copper. Christ on facing on footstool, wearing a nimbus, or with the nimbus crown behind him, and then on this side, probably Constantine, and I would assume his Eudocia is probably his wife. But really interesting finds all through today. Maybe I'll go with this one since it says $135 on it. Maybe it's another nice condition Christ coin or something. And this one's Romanos IV Diogenes phallus, smaller phallus coin, overstruck on some, you know, a lot of, you know, people would just take old coins and overstrike them. You can see a little bit of the detail, I believe, underneath, but a nice, you know, very, you know, VF, it's a nice condition coin with some pretty good detail. So, and then I like just sort of the four letters there, that appearance I think is kind of pleasing. And then this one looks like to be the largest planchet of anything that we got. That's funny. Somebody called it 35 bucks and then somebody crossed it out and said 85. I don't know who to believe. Probably the former, given that it probably didn't sell it there. Or maybe the person bought it for 35 and put it on for more. But we've got the Antioch mint here, the 20th year, and a large planchet on this side. So very nice. You know, this is another solid ancient coin with decent detail, and I think from my perspective, you know, I can definitely sell my way out of these, sort of make back the $200 and then see what I can keep. And it could be a real, you know, large number of coins, or maybe I would try to sell like $350 worth and then keep one or two of the nicer coins, something like that. But really excited to go through these coins from the Holy Roman, the Byzantine Empire. You know, what incredible history in front of us, and to have them identified, really neat as well. So let me know if you think I did well. I thought it was a good buy, and I'll see you on some future videos. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to Treasure Town, and get in touch with me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Also, check out my website, treasuretowncoins.com, for news and updates related to the channel and collectibles in general. Lastly, there's a link tree in the description with links to all of my other sites, as well as some affiliate links that can support the channel. But with that being said, have a great day, and I'll hope to see you on some of my videos in the future.